And so going pro se, it's obviously money-wise, it's less expensive, and it allows you to have as much control over your own transition. Because obviously we have laws, and the laws dictate this. And so basically when you go for a divorce, one parent will lose and the other one will win. One parent will get, if you go to court, one parent will get the child full-time, it's called the primary parent, and then there's a parent who gets cut down to every other weekend and once in the middle of the week and then every other holiday and then some summertime.
Yeah.
And does it have to always be that way? I'm sure in a lot of cases maybe yes, but in other cases it doesn't have to be that way. A couple can work towards their own plan.
Right.
And what would work.
Benefit for their family and their child.
Benefit their transition, their little family transitioning from being a unit to being two separate households, and that always, I think, just does away with a lot of the tension, because it's hard to become the non-custodial parent, the parent who, you've been with this child, maybe not all day, but you've seen this child every day for as long as the child, since the child was born, right? And then one day,
you have your time dictated.
Yeah, one day you just get cut off and you just, and it's tough also for the custodial parent, because the custodial parent has had the child all the time and seen the child all the time as well, and now the children have to go. Yeah. And this parent doesn't get to see the children for whatever amount of time, so it's tough for both. It's not like it's easy for either party,
No, it's not even easy on the kids.
And it's definitely not easy on the kids.
Kids are just like, I am tired of going one place to another all the time. Why do I always have to move? Why can't I have a simple life? Like
at some point I thought, this is funny, because at one point I thought, well, what if the child had like one home and
the parents
would just come in.
Wouldn't that be nice? Or they would live close by.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Or yeah. I mean, the parents that live close by usually have a lot of success with, because then the children can be easily moved. I mean, children, we also have to remember that children are pretty adaptable in a lot of cases. One of the things that I've been working on lately is I'm working towards creating a program and teaching about teaching our children how to be resilient.
Yes, so important.
Because our children don't know how to handle tough things.
No, they don't, because parents do everything for them.
Right. And because parents don't teach them how to help them move through their emotions and, going from one household to the other is tough on the child, but it is life. It is something that has to happen. Otherwise, the child wouldn't see one parent.
So on that topic of teaching your child emotions and how to articulate their emotions in a more beneficial way, I know, Mina, my daughter, and I, we have conversations all the time about feelings and how do you feel and what would make this better. So when she learns these tools and she tries to utilize them in an environment that is not our home, where we have this level of communication, how can she utilize her voice in a way that others around her will respect and hear it? Because a lot of times, she'll come home and go, Mama, I tried to use my voice, I tried to do this, and I tried to do that, and I just, my needs weren't met, and no one heard me.
Well, on the other hand, though, in our grown-up lives, doesn't that happen too?
It does.
It happens.
Yeah.
So sometimes they just need to, we all need to just learn that sometimes our needs are not going to be heard. It happens.
Yeah.
It's part of life.
See, there's her lesson.
So sometimes instead of trying to to make it so that oh, my needs are always going to be met. No, your needs are not always going to be met.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's not life.
Right.
It's not real life. Sometimes your needs are not going to be met.
So it's an awareness.
Sometimes you're going to have to meet your own needs.
Mm-hmm.
And be okay with that. I mean, you don't want to teach anybody, you don't want to teach your children things that are not real.
Right. Because they need to be ready.
Because they need to be ready for the real world.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
So we've been talking a lot about peaceful parenting and setting some peaceful parameters as you move through the divorce process and afterwards. So what's a third one that we can kind of expound on that can help people as they move through this kind of yucky process?
Well, the next thing that kind of comes to mind is the division of assets.
Oh, fun.
Yes, that's a tough one.
It is.
Again, it's I mean, there are things, but emotion gets tied up into these things. So last week I was with a client and she was talking about how her ex-husband to be wanted to divide things, and he wanted to take a hutch and this chair, and and she broke down in tears about it, and it's a chair.
Yeah, it's a thing.
It's a hutch. It's a thing. And so it's not really, we ended up talking and I was helping her understand that her feelings, her breakdown and her emotional breakdown, it didn't have anything to do really with the chair or the thing. It had to do more with, watching somebody that you've built a life with walk away. And take, it just becomes
Pieces of
a lot real.
Yeah, they're like taking a physical piece of you.
Yeah, it's like it becomes really real when they start moving their stuff out of the house and and dividing things, and it just reminds you that your family is now broken, and
It's very
now you
hard.
have to. It's a hard thing to go through.